What is a good conversion rate? Now that Etsy shows us our conversion rates, people are wondering, what is the conversion rate? What's a good conversion rate? And how important is it? So let's look into that. Firstly, conversion rate on Etsy is the percent of visits that lead to a sale. So if you want to calculate this yourself for any aspect in your shop, it's simply your number of sales divided by the number of visits times 100. But what is a good conversion? Most online retailers state they have a conversion rate between about 1 and 3%. Forbes actually analysed a whole load of platforms for us. And they found search engines like Google had the highest conversion rates at around 8%. And social media drove the lowest conversion, but the most number of views. And YouTube came out dead bottom, averaging about 0.5%. But when you look at the actual spread of conversions across all of the platforms, you'll see that many of the results are coming in at under 2%. There's just some outliers that are a bit higher. And the price of what people are buying significantly impacts the conversion rate. The more expensive the item, the lower the conversion. So if, like me, you have a conversion rate of below 1%, is this a bad thing? No, conversion rate is just one metric and there's many different things that can impact on this. Where your traffic is coming from. As we've seen, social media traffic drives the lowest conversion rate. So if you're getting a lot of views coming over from Pinterest, then it's likely your conversion will be a lot lower than people finding you in search, because people looking on Pinterest aren't actually necessarily looking to buy. They're just looking at pretty pictures. Whereas if someone's coming into a search, their intent is hopefully to buy. And this is what we kind of call warm and cold searches. A cold search is, these are not people desperate to be customers, they're just browsers. And a warm search is someone who's wanting to buy. They're a captive audience saying, sell me stuff. That's what we've got on Etsy. And also the type of search the person is making, whether they're using broad or narrow keyword phrases. If someone comes into search, type in the word ring, that is a very broad keyword phrase. Yes, there's millions of rings anywhere on the internet, and yes, there's loads of people searching for it, but they don't really know what kind of ring they want. So in that search, the chances of them actually seeing the thing that they want to buy are pretty low. Whereas if someone is searching for a very long tail keyword, they might have a much better idea of what they want. That bronze opal steampunk ring, there's not going to be so many of them, but when the person searches for it, they know what they're looking for. So if we focused on only trying to improve our conversion rate, there are things that we could do. We could only aim for the most specific long tail keywords, make our items super cheap, and not promote them in social media, and our conversion rate might go way up. But is this good? Well, probably not, because most likely our number of views would drop significantly, so our actual overall number of sales would be dropping. And with each sale at a lower price point, we'd be making significantly less money. And no matter what anyone else tells you, there is no magic number, no magic conversion number where Etsy will suddenly promote your shop like crazy. Now let's have a look at my conversions. I'm looking at the whole of last year, and last year was my best year ever in my shop. So my total shop conversion rate for the year was 0.7%. But my number one most viewed item had a conversion rate of just 0.2%, but consistently in the decade that they've been in my shop, it's had high views. Etsy is not hiding it because of that super low conversion. My second and third place listings have 0.7% and 0.9% conversion respectively. That's many times higher than my number one item in my shop. But wait, won't a super low conversion hurt you in the search? Not necessarily. In general, how search engines work is they're looking at, for that specific search term the customer is searching for, how do they respond to your items compared to other items that show up in that searched term. And in the case of Etsy, they've told us they will prioritise the item that is likely to make the most money. So Etsy is trying to show that seller in that exact search term the item that is likely to make the most money per impression. So if Etsy shows you for one search term and your item does really well with the customers there, it'll likely show you more for that one searched term. If it experiments and shows you with a different search term, like some people are getting themselves seen in Gucci searches for their handbags, and it's not a Gucci handbag they make, if the customers don't respond well to that because your item isn't what they wanted, then Etsy will stop showing you in that Gucci search. They won't stop showing you in the search that was doing well. So actually a really important kind of number you should be thinking of is average revenue per impression for the searched term. And you can sort of work that out from the Search Analytics beta. So figure out your listings, the ones that make the most money per time Etsy shows them, and that's a good thing, and see if you can improve on the ones that make the least money per time Etsy shows them. And as for your conversion rate being low if you're getting a lot of views from social media, if one of your items goes super viral, you could be bringing in a lot of traffic from Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, something like that. And it will mean that your conversion will probably be way down, but your number of views will be high. You're going to be making Etsy and yourself a whole lot of money without a whole lot of work. Etsy's not having to advertise or drive people in. You are bringing in new customers for Etsy. So I sincerely doubt that Etsy would penalise you for doing such an awesome thing for their platform. So is that conversion number useless? Well, no, it's an interesting metric, but you need to look at it in conjunction with other things. If conversion goes up and visits go up, fantastic, your items are being seen in good places. Keep doing what you were doing. If conversion goes up, but your sales go down, then what might have happened is you might have dropped off a competitive search term that you were being seen for before. Or your social media views are dropping as you're less popular than you were. If conversion goes down and sales go up, it could be a good thing. You could be showing up in a more competitive search. You could be being featured on social media. Someone might have blogged about you. So it's not something to panic about at all. Hope that helps. See you next time. Storm happening outside. Marvellous. Hailstones.